Hi everyone, good morning, welcome. This is Warm Up Wednesday. I am Tara, your harmony nerd, and I am a professional singer based in New York City, as well as a music educator and a content creator and composer. So welcome on Warm Up Wednesday. We do warm up on Wednesdays. We do warm ups. Okay, so I'm gonna just walk you through my vocal warm up routine. I don't have a ton of time today, so this is going to be abbreviated. I do recommend first thing you want to do is stretch, especially if this is your first um, time singing this morning. All right, so everybody go ahead and do some stretches. The goal of these stretches are to ground the lower half of your body and to open the upper half of your body, right? We want to have a really solid foundation when we're singing, and we want to have a really relaxed upper body. All right, let me just boop a doop fix these screens over here so I can see myself on YouTube. All right, fantastic. So everybody's stretching a little bit. I like to do some hip circles. I'm sitting down today, so I'm going to skip those. As you see, I just did some chest stretching, front, back, side to side. We really want to open up that lung space. We also want to ask any tension to leave the neck and shoulders, okay? Tension is not our friend when we sing, okay? But the reason that we warm up our entire bodies is because singing is not just done from here up, it's a full body experience. So if you don't include the entire body, you're not going to get the clear sound that you want, okay? Shoulder rolls, okay? Ah, ah, Stretch that tongue, stretch the face. I really like to massage my ears. Google ear massage, there's a lot of benefits. Tracy says sometimes I forget to stretch beforehand. Me too, Tracy. Me too. That's why actually doing these warm-up Wednesdays with you all have been really helpful for me, because it makes sure that on a day when I'm not performing, I usually don't have performances on Wednesdays, that I am still taking care of my instrument and warming her up for the day. Okay, so, and I want you all to be able to take away information from this so that you can develop your own warm-up routine that works for you. Hi Val, nice to see you today. Oh, Todd, you lived in New York, so you know. I see, I see. All right. So I'm just going to kind of whip through this today. I'm limited on time. I got to get to a doctor's appointment, but I have time for questions, right? This is your time. If you're new to me, to my channel, my name is Tara, and I started my content creation journey about a year ago and realized that music and singing education is really inaccessible for a lot of people. So this is my offering to you. This is your time. Ask questions and I will answer them, okay? Cool. So we did a little bit of stretching. Hi, Kit Kat. Hi, you want to come hang out? You can come sit with me. I have a cute little kitty cat named Meowie. He is also an accomplished vocalist. Okay, maybe he will sing something for us later in the session. Okay, so now that we have done some stretching, the next thing I like to do is breath work. Now, I'm also a certified yoga instructor. I realized that when I started doing yoga, I became a much better singer and musician. So it's been a huge help. So if you're really looking to improve your skills, I definitely recommend trying some movement-based practices. But what really helped me with singing is the yogic breath work. Okay, so today we're going to do a couple of box breaths, and then we're going to move on. I have a really awesome long um, sound breath warm up that is my ultimate favorite. It helps with breath support, breath control. If you're interested in learning that exercise, go to my YouTube. Okay. Just let us see the kitty. He doesn't like to be picked up. I don't know that he will. He was a street cat. So I don't know that he will let me pick him up, but maybe he'll come jump up and say hi in a little bit. Oh, I totally just got distracted from what I was saying. Oh, yes. So, breath work. We did an entire voice lesson on breath support last Thursday. Now, if you're joining me on TikTok, I started a YouTube about a month ago. So please, please, please go follow me. Subscribe to me on YouTube. It's a huge help. It helps me keep this content free, the different ways that you can support. Okay. So if you go to YouTube, all of these lives are instantly That's funny. It's the cat tunnel that you can see on TikTok with my hand there through the green screen. I'm sorry. I'm so in my distractee mode today. I will do my best to focus. All right. Every single one of these lives is reposted on my YouTube channel. So if you go to Free Voice Lesson Thursday replays on YouTube, look at the breath support session, and this is going to help a lot with breathing. For today, we're just going to do a few box breaths to open up our breathing mechanism, and then we'll start singing, okay? All right, thanks for understanding, Tracy. So to do breath work, I really want to make sure that I'm allowing the channel, like my center midline, to open and expand as much as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is ground my feet into the ground, whether I'm sitting or standing. If you're sitting, move your butt to the edge of the chair so that you can sit up as best as you can. You want your spine to be as unimpeded as possible, right? We don't want a straight spine. The spine has natural curvature to it, but we want the spine to be in its natural position as best as we can, okay? And a good way to think about it is to pretend there's an invisible string coming out of the crown of your head, and like somebody's pulling you up, like you're a marionette, okay? So then that'll give you a lot of openness in your chest space, okay? And a box breath is 4 equal parts. We'll do in for 4, we'll hold the breath in for 4, then we'll do out for 4, and we'll hold the breath out for 4. Sometimes holding out the exhale makes people feel very uncomfortable, okay? If you are one of those people, if your body starts to panic, skip it. Go right to the inhale, okay? You do not have to follow me exactly. If there's a better count that works for you, listen to your body, okay? Here we go. Closing the eyes if you feel comfortable, and if you don't, just pick something to look at. We don't want our vision to distract us. We really want to feel into our breathing mechanism. Just taking a couple deep breaths to ground yourself and welcome. You want to feel your rib cage expanding front to back and side to side. Can you expand in all 4 directions as you inhale? Can you allow the belly to be soft and come forward when you inhale? Can you relax the shoulders so much that they essentially stay still as you practice this deep inhaling? One more deep breath and then we'll begin our box breathing. Exhale everything out, belly button to the spine. Press all that stair air out of every corner of the lung space. Really squeeze that belly button towards your back. Inhale through the nose. 1. Hold. Exhale. Hold or inhale if you feel really uncomfortable holding. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last one. Deepest inhale all day. Hold. And the slowest exhale you can possibly manage. Press that belly button towards your spine. Awesome. How are we feeling today, fam? I love those box breaths. I do them on the train all the time. They really soothe my nervous system. If you want to make them even more soothing for your nervous system, make the exhale a little bit longer than the other parts of the box. So like inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6, hold 4. Does that make sense? All right, friends, here we go. Can you all hear the keyboard? Will you either double tap the screen to let me know on TikTok, give me a thumbs up, or let me know in the comments so that I know y'all can hear the keyboard? Yes, we can hear it. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Starting on a gentle ooh or hum. Yes, Weather Geek, great question. So I can't demonstrate them down the octave because my voice isn't that low. But if you have a really low voice, you can start down here. I'll be playing a low octave and I'll be playing a higher octave. Now I'm tailoring this to my own vocal range, so if it gets too low for you, stop and come in when it gets high enough for your vocal range. And if it gets too high for you and you feel tension, stop and come back in when you're ready, okay? You have to listen to your body. That's very important, especially because I'm not in the room with you to help you understand when you reach your limits. So you really have to feel into your body to know when you reach your limits. The other thing that's really important about warming up is that you understand that they're not meant to sound good. They're meant to prepare you to sound good. Okay, so like welcome all of those weird little noises. Like if you crack or you screech, let it happen. The point is to be gentle and warm up your voice. So you're probably going to hear, I haven't sang yet today. So as we do this very first warm up, you're probably going to hear a lot of weird stuff happening in my voice. The point is to allow it, to move through it, and to not hold on to it. Don't allow it to make you feel badly, okay? So you can start on a hum. I like an ooh. Easy 5-tone scale, maybe you're humming. When I give you vowel suggestions like if they don't work for you, try other vowels. I don't recommend ah because it's the hardest vowel sound for a first warm up. But if it works for you, it works for you. Everybody's body is different, okay? So you do what works for you. Thank you for the rose roll. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're here and you're a part of the community. I appreciate you. For this very first warm up, so I'm going to start to head back down. Now, can you hear how I'm a little bit out of tune, especially on the higher end? I notice it. I'm just taking note of it and making sure that it doesn't keep happening as I continue to warm up. But considering this is the first time I'm using my singing voice today, I'm not going to put pressure on myself or make myself feel bad. I'm just going to notice it and hope that it self-corrects. Now, if it doesn't self-correct, then I will spend time working with it. But I know my voice well enough at this point, being a professional singer for over a decade, that it will likely correct itself as I become more warmed up. That's it for me. But if you have this note, go ahead and sing it. Tracy asks, so if you hit the notes and have good tone but can't get good vibrato, how do you approach addressing that? So vibrato is something that can be learned and it can be controlled. So you want to work on your being able to control vibrato. And Tracy, actually the last short that I dropped is all about training vibrato. So it is on YouTube. And I'm in a denim jacket. It's my most recent short that I posted. It's also the last video I posted on TikTok. So if anybody else is wondering how to practice vibrato, go check out that video, okay? It gives you, it explains kind of what vibrato is and how we create it, and also gives you some practical tools to help practice controlling it, okay? Awesome. You know me, I love to do my triads next because this helps our ear training for vocal harmonies, okay? Now, if you are working on chest voice, if you're one of those people who's naturally head voice dominant, that means that singing higher in your lighter voice comes more naturally to you, then you're going to want to use the words thank you very much, and you're going to want to try to keep this as speechy as possible. And by speechy, I mean as speech-like as possible. For example, thank you very much. Do you hear how it sounds kind of speaky instead of sing-songy, like thank you very much, right? So we're going to use the bottom part of this exercise to work on our chest voice, okay? If you're somebody who naturally sings in the heavier, chestier tone, speech-like tone, then this is going to come easier for you, okay? Thank you very much. You're welcome, Tracy. Thank you very much. 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 The transition into head voice was a little rough for me, but that's okay. I'll just keep singing through it. Thank you very much. My high voice is not happy today. Very much. Thank you very much. Getting better. Thank you very much. 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 You might notice I'm squeezing my nose and pulling the corners of my mouth back. This is helping me place the resonance of my high voice in a spot where the tone is more clear. Thank you very much. 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 Got some phlegm. Thank you very much. I recommend just singing through it. The vibration of your singing will move the phlegm, and that's a healthier way to move it than clearing your throat. But obviously sometimes it's really bad and you just gotta clear your throat. Thank you very much. 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 Thank you That's it for me. Hi, Amanda. Cool. So what I noticed during that last warm up is that my head voice is sounding okay when I get higher in my range, and my chest voice is sounding okay when I'm lower in my range. If you're not familiar with registers, I recommend that you go back on YouTube, go to the free voice lesson Thursday, and watch the lesson on vocal registers on mixed voice, okay? So we have chest voice or low voice, we have head voice or high voice, and then we have mixed voice, which is in the middle, and it's some combination of the two, okay? There are other registers as well, like vocal fry, which is the super low one, and whistle register, which is the super high one, but we just focus on these main three registers. So if you're not familiar with the vocal registers at all, go back and watch the free voice lesson Thursday replay. I believe it was from last week or the week before. It's titled What is Mixed Voice, and we go over registers a lot, and I teach you how to work in each one. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I noticed that my passaggio, right, which can also be called the break, it's where my voice switches from my low voice to my high voice. It's rough today, so I need to work on my passaggio. So I only have time to do one more exercise with you today, but we're gonna do an exercise to smooth out the passaggio or the break. Okay, and we're gonna sing mum, 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 like M-U-M. So whether you ask what would happen if I sang lower than that, I just don't have it. I can't sing lower than that, right? My vocal folds are, it's all anatomically based. They can only get so thick. So that's my low end. Usually a D3 is the low end of my voice. So we're going to do this mum, mum, mum exercise. This one's a little more advanced, so if you don't get it right away, keep trying. Once again, if it gets too high or too low for you, just drop out and come back in. Also, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you. My name is Tara. I'm a professional singer in New York City. This is Warm Up Wednesday. There are many ways to support me to help keep my Harmony Nerd content free. Some ways to support me without spending any money is to subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on TikTok, like my videos, comment, share, spread the love, okay? You can also sign up for my email list, which is in my link tree, my link in bio. It's the first button. You exchange your email address, and in return you will get a free PDF with the music theory of how to build a triad, which is the basis for vocal harmony in Western music, and it will also help you practice on your own. So if you don't play piano, it'll teach you how to practice ear training with the triads. That's another way to support me by joining my email list. I also teach one-to-one lessons online. If you're interested in that, you can message me or go to my website and submit the contact form, or my email address is available on my website. And my website is also in my link tree, link in bio. Okay. I also offer vocal assessments, which are like one-off voice lessons for people who, for whatever reason, don't have time or money for regularly scheduled voice lessons. And vocal assessment is an online meeting where you sing a couple songs for me. We work for 10-15 minutes together. You get a copy of the recording as well as a spreadsheet I fill out for you, which tells you what you do really well, where you need improvement, and it also gives you hyperlinks, right? So I'm going to actually give you videos. If I say, hey, you need to work on your mixed voice, here's a practice video. Work on this, right? And then you can work on what you need to work on, and when you're ready for new feedback, you can just book another vocal assessment. I am very close to being able to offer these pre-recorded. So if you're shy or you don't quite feel ready to do an online one-to-one lesson, you can record yourself and send them to me. And then I will do the vocal assessment for you and send it back. So I want people who are shy or not as confident to still be able to work on their singing, and I want to meet everybody where they are. Okay, so that offering is going to be coming really soon. Okay. OMG, really? Yes, really, Amanda. Oh, it's okay, Amanda. I wasn't on. Hi, Fairy House. Good morning to you, too. I wasn't on too long today. I have to go to a doctor's appointment. So, I just don't have a ton of time today. But tomorrow is Free Voice Lesson Thursday. I realized I scheduled it for 4 in the morning on TikTok, so I have to reschedule it. It'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can pre-register on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube, you can find my scheduled lives and then click the notify me button, and YouTube or TikTok will let you know what time that is in your time zone. And then you can just join me at the scheduled time. Or if you can't join and you want the information, you can watch the replay on YouTube. Okay, I have a playlist for each thing. I do Music Theory Mondays, Ear Training Tuesdays, Warm Up Wednesdays, Free Voice Lesson Thursdays, and Frequency Fridays, which is like the soul confidence building piece of music making. Okay, so if you missed any of those sessions, feel free to go ahead and watch those on YouTube on the replay. Okay, so our last exercise for today is to help smooth out the break of our voice, or our passaggio. So Weather Geek says, I think I heard you sing a C3 in one of your videos. Yeah, once. Yeah, that makes sense. So the voice, our range will alter from day to day. Not a ton, but usually by maybe a whole step, or even a minor third, definitely by a half step, right? Because our instruments are in our bodies. So some days I have a few higher notes, some days I have a few lower notes, especially if I'm sick or I just woke up, I have some more lower notes than I do when I'm feeling better. Yeah, okay. So this exercise is a triad on the way up to the octave. Sounds like this. I'm going to actually start down here. Mum, low octave, high octave. Mum, 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 mum. So we go up the triad on mum, M-U-M, okay? And then we sing the octave 4 times. Mum, 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 mum. And then we come back down. All right, here we go. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Sorry about that. Oh, got a lot of spit. Excuse me. Mum, 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 so that one was bad, and it felt awful on the high end for me, so I'm going to repeat it. And I encourage you to do the same. If you come across something that you're like, whoa, that was bad, just do it again. Give yourself another chance. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times. I don't have the C3 today. I've been bottoming out at C sharp 3 today. Mum, 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 mum. I'm getting so phlegmy on that top end. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Excuse me. She's not having it. Here we go. Mum, 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 mum. Try for one more. Did you hear how squeezy that was on the top? Now I know I can sing a lot higher than that, but I'm not warmed up there yet. So since it was super squeezy at the top, listen once more to what I mean by squeezy. Like I'm barely screeching it out right now. Something very weird happened in my sinuses as well. So that's how I know that even though I know I can sing higher than this, this is my limit for right now. And I can slowly keep stretching up as I do more warm-ups. Mum, 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 mum. It's also very important to do the exercises back down, okay? A lot of people only warm up, but it's really important to go back down the scale as well. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Because you want to have control over your voice in both directions, up and down. So it's important that we practice up and down. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Thank you for the gifts, Amanda. One more. And with that, I have to log off today. So if there's any more questions, drop them in the chat now. If you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube yet, please, please, please do. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please do. Thank you everybody for hanging out and for being part of the Harmony Nerd community. I'm so, so happy that you're here. There is no shame in being a beginner. There are no stupid questions. We are all here to support each other for the love of music. And, this is your loving, gentle reminder that music is for everyone. It is not only for elite people who are born singing like Beyonce, right? And everyone has a right to use their voice. And when you don't use it, somebody else is like wins at silencing you. So use your voice. Use your voice, okay? Weather Geek says, sometimes when we sing lower or higher than you are used to, it makes people cough or clear their throats. Why is that? I don't know definitively, Weather Geek, but my guess would be is that we're introducing a new arrangement of our vocal instrument. So like, for example, when we're singing really low, we're using something called the cricothyroid muscle. And what it's doing is the vocal folds sit like this. They're a V in your throat. And when we're singing, they come together like this and the air passes through, and that's how we phonate. Okay, when we're singing low, this cricothyroid muscle is squishing our vocal folds together this way from front to back so that they become thick and fatter, and that is what makes us sound really low. Alternatively, when we're singing really high, there's this tiny little cartilage that actually tips forward and it stretches our vocal folds long and thin, and that's what helps us make high notes. So I imagine what's happening is that the body is not quite used to that formation because it's very high or very low. It's an extreme. So it causes the body to have a reaction that if you keep gently working with it, you can move past. So that would be my thought as to why, but I'm not entirely 100% certain. Really great question. Thank you for all the likes, my friends. Oh, no, I'm going to the doctor. I don't feel sick. I'm going to the doctor because I have a tongue tie. You can see this thing right here? And so I need speech therapy, which is wild. And I might have to get it released, which is called a frenectomy. I just learned this. I've been doing some nervous system coursework, and I knew I had the tongue tie, but I didn't realize that it has a negative impact on your entire body and your nervous system. So I'm going to go get it looked at, and you start with exercises. I'm going to see a myofunctional therapist, and they retrain the tongue, and then they tell you if you need the release procedure or not. So just something fascinating. If you have a tongue tie, definitely look into it. So they used to release tongue ties at birth, but when formula became really popular in the 1970s, doctors stopped checking for them. Now they've realized all the issues these tongue ties cause lifelong, so the doctors have started looking for them in infants again. and giving the parents the option to release or not. However, I was born in the 80s, so I was one of those babies that didn't get checked for a tongue tie. And I'm in community with a bunch of people who are doing this work. And I mean, it takes away, when they release the tongue, it takes away pain in the hips, in the back, in the neck, in the shoulders. It has cured sleep apnea. Like, it's really incredible how important the tongue is. And the tongue actually connects to fascia in the body that goes all the way down to the toes. But I tell you what, as a singer, am I nervous? Of course. I'm like, am I going to have to relearn how to sing? But I'll also tell you that I've started doing tongue pulling exercises as were recommended, and it's unlocked a totally new tone, a new sound in my voice. So research tongue health. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, and you never know what you might learn. All right, my loves, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the community. I always feel so blessed and honored that you choose to spend your time with me, and I'm so happy to share the knowledge that I have with you all. I will see you tomorrow for Free Voice Lesson Thursday. Have an absolutely lovely day.